We have here a picture of Matthew Dolloff versus Lee Keltner. Dolloff has his gun out. Keltner is trying to pepper spray him. I just posted a video that shows a sequence of photographs that led through this event. But the question I have here is, did Dolloff have reason to believe he faced serious bodily injury here? And a lot of people have been saying, well, he's a trained armed security guard. Now, whether he was licensed in Denver is irrelevant, okay? I'm only going to be considering about his training. How good was he with the weapon? And the answer is pretty good. I mean, he handles that weapon pretty well. He's clearly been trained. And he's a licensed security guard, so he's been trained on how to handle high-stress situations involving confrontation. Given that, what is his culpability with respect to self-defense? And does the case of Kyle Rittenhouse maybe offer some insights into answering that question? Hello out there. I am trying to get through.
With his powerful brainwaves cradled in the warmth of reasoning, it's time for Johnnie Walker Dread to straighten you out on a thing or two. Emanating all the way from exciting Las Vegas, Oklahoma, it's the Johnnie Walker Dread Show.
So here's the basic fact. Keltner is assaulting Dolloff, but not with deadly force. The pepper spray is not a lethal weapon. Keltner could have a gun on him, and I believe he did have one. I don't think Dolloff would have known that, but maybe he did. But he certainly does not have the gun out. Keltner has the gun pointed at him. He does not have to pull the trigger. That's a choice. He decides to go ahead and do so. Was he justified? Well, let's take a look at what happened with Kyle Rittenhouse, and maybe that can help us answer that question. We have here on the left, Gaige Grosskreutz, on the right, Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle has his rifle out, and he's got it somewhat pointed at Gaige. Gaige has a gun out. He's got it in his hand. Now, Kyle could pull the trigger at this point, but he doesn't. So that raises an interesting comparison between his situation and that of Dolloff's. Dolloff is facing off against Keltner in broad daylight. Visibility is high. Dolloff is highly trained. Keltner does not have a gun out. Dolloff is also mobile. He can walk, he could run away from the scene if he wanted to. Rittenhouse is facing off against Grosskreutz at night. Visibility is not as high. Kyle has had only modest training at best in the use of firearms, and he's never been trained to encounter any kind of high-stress situations. Gaige is armed and has the gun out. Rittenhouse doesn't fire. So my question is, what is the justification for Dolloff pulling the trigger on Keltner if Rittenhouse did not pull the trigger on Grosskreutz? At least not initially. Remember, Gaige later tried to point the gun at Kyle, and Kyle opened fire at that point. Keep in mind, Kyle's undergoing a lot more stressful situation than Grosskreutz. He's immobile. He's on the ground. He can't flee. And he's already been attacked by a mob. One person already tried to take his weapon from him, so he already has shot somebody. And an entire mob tried to chase him down. He's already been assaulted. Somebody hit him in the back of the head with a skateboard. It was Anthony Huber. Given all that, Kyle's in a much more stressful situation than Dolloff is. And yet Kyle did not open fire when he had the opportunity. What does this say about Kyle Rittenhouse's self-defense claim? What does this say about Matthew Dolloff's self-defense claim? You can comment below your thoughts. Like my video, subscribe to my channel.